The title of this podcast is "It Resets at Every Level, so the commitment must remain strong." Recently, I listened to an interview with Steph Curry, arguably the best long-range shooter in professional basketball. He was being interviewed by Steve Nash, and Steve Nash was talking about where Steph was in the early years of his professional career. He had a lot of ankle trouble, and which he never experienced in college. But when he got to the pros, because of the length of schedule, they played 82 games versus maybe like 35 to 40 games in college. It was a lot of travel. The athletes were better. They were stronger, and the games were longer themselves. So there was a lot of wear and tear on his body that he hadn't experienced up until that point. So he wasn't sure that he would make it. He went on to share that, when he was before the pros, he went to a camp that LeBron James was hosting. And at that camp, LeBron James and the other pros said, "Hey, all of you guys here that have been invited to this camp, you think you're nice. You think your game is really, really good. And it is for where you are now. But when you get to the league, when you get to the professional level, everything resets." And Steph shared that what he thought that meant was he needed to work on his game on the court. He needed to make sure that he could make all the shots in his sleep without thinking, that his agility and quickness continued to improve. So he's going to work on that part of his game. What he didn't realize that what they were also telling him is that what he does off the court needs to be he needs to be doing things off the court to ensure he has success on the court, which is something that he hadn't considered before. And so that was in the way of strength training, stretching, nutrition, his mindset, all the things that he needed to work on to strengthen his body and most specifically his ankles so that he can continue to have a long-term career. I look at that and I think about how does this apply to my life? And I think the same is true for the practice. As you advance, or as I advance, the game changes. It all resets at every level in life. And you have to earn it all over again because as the game changes, it becomes faster. Obstacles and that you are confronted with and how life shows up seems to be better designed. And the experience can be much more demanding than before. This is true for me, and I talk about it all the time on the pickleball court. When I'm just playing with people that I normally play with, no problem. But if I play with players that are half a point higher in skill level than I am, oh, it's a problem. And I started making all these other mistakes. And what was told to me before about the importance of the footwork, about my mindset, about getting in the right position, while I didn't have to really adhere to that advice to work on those skills when I was playing with people that I'm comfortable playing with. When I got to better players, I found that I really needed to work on all of those shots and all those aspects of the game. And this is not only true for pickleball court when you go from rec play to games and tournaments, that you have to also, recognize that things have reset and that your commitment to getting better needs to also go to the next level. The same is true from going from being a single person to going into a committed relationship with a significant other or marriage, for going from having no dependence to having children. The game resets of what you have to do to show up as your best self in this new journey of this new part of your life journey. And it happens from going from a student to an employee to a leader. The game resets. The question is, what are you doing to reset with it? Now, if working in healthcare where I work, of course you can work on the clinical piece of it, but that's only one part of it, or the administrative part of the job. But there's another part of it, which is internally. What are you doing to work on yourself that no matter what shows up, whether it's clinically based or whether it is oriented around people and leading people or simply working with people, what are you doing to reset so that you are prepared to be able to handle those and not just handle them, but thrive in those kinds of situations? And just remember, with every new level, with every new transition in life, the game or life resets, and you want to be up for the task. And thankfully, this 10 plus years of commitment to my practice, I have noticed that the game has changed, along the way, and I have become even more diligent and committed to my practice so that I can rise to the occasion, so that I can really make the most of those opportunities. And that's what they are. These are golden opportunities, but you won't see them as an opportunity. You will see them as stressful, as undesirable, and unfortunately, I think that would be a mistake. You want to see them as an opportunity for you to grow, for you to work on yourself, and so that you can reap all the benefits that come with new opportunities.